Your 5-year-old can unlock a tablet, ask Alexa a question, and get YouTube to show them exactly what they want. They're using artificial intelligence every single day. But here's the terrifying part: they have absolutely no idea how it works. And by the time they're old enough to figure it out, it might be too late. I know this sounds dramatic. Before they learn to read? Really? Yes. Really. And I'm going to prove it to you. Right now, your kids are growing up in a world that's fundamentally different from the one you grew up in. They're not just surrounded by technology, they're surrounded by intelligent technology that's learning from them, making decisions for them, and shaping how they see the world. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why AI literacy is now as fundamental as reading or math, what happens to kids who don't understand the technology they're using, what the actual risks are that nobody's talking about, and most importantly, how to start teaching your kids about AI today, even if you barely understand it yourself. Because here's the truth: we're not preparing our kids for the future. We're preparing them for right now. Let me paint you a picture of what's actually happening. 44% of children are already actively using generative AI. More than half of students use AI for their homework. Your kids aren't waiting for adults to teach them. They're figuring it out themselves. But here's what they don't know. When they're scrolling TikTok, an AI algorithm is deciding what they see next based on what kept their attention longest. When they ask Alexa a question, a machine learning system is interpreting their words and generating a response. When they play video games, AI is adjusting the difficulty level to keep them engaged. They think they're just using apps. They don't realize they're training algorithms. And here's where it gets worse. Almost half of college students, people about to enter the workforce, say they're not getting the AI skills they need for employment. Over half of high school students report having zero access to AI training in school. Think about that. We're sending kids into a world where AI will be everywhere, and we're not teaching them anything about it. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, they'll learn eventually. Schools will catch up. But here's the problem with that thinking. 82% of teachers say they don't have the bandwidth to teach AI. Their plates are already full with reading, math, test prep, social-emotional learning, and everything else we keep piling on. So if schools aren't teaching it and parents don't know how to teach it, who's educating our kids about the most transformative technology of their lifetime? Nobody. That's who. Meanwhile, by 2030, when today's kindergartners are only in middle school, 70% of job skills will have changed because of AI. The AI education market is exploding from $4 billion to $30 billion in a decade. Every single industry is being transformed right now. And we're still debating whether kids are too young to learn about it. Let that sink in. Okay, so let's talk about what's actually coming, because the future isn't 10 years away. It's already here. By 2027, just 2 years from now, 92% of business leaders say AI literacy will be a must-have skill. Not a nice-to-have. A must-have. More than half of hiring managers say they won't even consider candidates who lack AI literacy skills. Right now, only 1 in 500 jobs lists AI literacy as a requirement. But demand for those skills has increased 6 times over in just 1 year. Think about that growth rate. This is happening faster than any educational shift in modern history. Here's what this means for your kids specifically. If your child is in elementary school right now, by the time they're applying for their first job, AI literacy will be as fundamental as knowing how to use email or Microsoft Word. Except unlike email, AI is constantly evolving, constantly getting more sophisticated, and constantly reshaping what skills are valuable. The jobs your kids will have don't even exist yet. But we know for certain they'll require understanding how to work with AI systems. And here's the twist that nobody talks about. The most valuable skills in an AI world aren't technical. They're human. As AI gets better at handling routine tasks, human skills become more valuable. Emotional intelligence, creative problem solving, ethical reasoning, critical thinking, the ability to collaborate. These are the things that separate humans from machines. But, and this is crucial, kids need both. They need the technical literacy to understand and use AI tools. And they need the human skills to know when AI is appropriate, when it's not, and how to question what AI tells them. Because here's what's happening right now that should terrify you. Some children are using AI chatbots for hours every day. These conversations often venture into topics like sex and self-harm. The chatbots aren't designed to handle these conversations appropriately. They don't have the wisdom of a trained counselor or the care of a parent. There have been cases, tragic, devastating cases, where children formed emotional attachments to AI chatbots and suffered serious harm. More than 150 child development experts recently signed an advisory warning that AI toys and companions prey on children's trust, collect massive amounts of data, and displace the human interactions that children actually need to develop properly. This isn't science fiction. This is happening right now, in 2025, to real kids. The AI-powered toys marketed to your children? Some of them were caught sharing sexually explicit content with minors, giving detailed instructions on dangerous activities, collecting voice recordings, conversations, personal information, all without adequate privacy protections. And kids have no idea. They think they're talking to a friend. Now, before you panic and throw out every piece of technology in your house, here's the good news you need to hear. When children receive proper AI education, age-appropriate teaching that helps them understand both the capabilities and limitations of these systems, they become empowered users instead of vulnerable consumers. Research shows that children as young as 5 can begin learning basic AI concepts. By ages 8 to 10, they can start understanding how AI systems make decisions and why sometimes those decisions are flawed. Nearly 90% of educators agree that students should learn about AI before graduating high school. Elementary school teachers, the ones who understand foundational skills best, are the most enthusiastic about teaching AI early. Because they get it. This is as fundamental as teaching kids how to read. Maybe more so. All right, enough big picture. Let's talk about your kids specifically. Right now, your child is probably using AI multiple times a day. YouTube recommendations, video game difficulty adjustments, smart speaker responses, app algorithms. They're interacting with these systems constantly, but they don't understand how any of it works. They don't know that the algorithm showing them videos is designed to maximize their screen time, not their well-being. They don't know that AI can be biased, can hallucinate false information, can be manipulated. They're flying blind. And here's what happens to kids who grow up without AI literacy. They trust AI outputs without questioning them. They don't understand when they're being manipulated by algorithms. They can't tell the difference between AI-generated content and human-created content. They're unprepared for jobs that require AI skills. They become passive consumers of technology instead of active creators who understand it. And it gets worse. The gap between kids who understand AI and kids who don't is creating a new form of inequality. Children from families with resources are getting AI education through private programs, coding camps, and engaged parents. Children without those advantages are being left behind. This isn't just about future jobs. This is about right now. Your child's ability to navigate their current world safely and effectively. But here's where hope comes in. Teaching kids about AI doesn't require you to be a computer scientist. You don't need to understand neural networks or machine learning algorithms. You just need to start conversations. Ask questions. Explore together. And when kids learn about AI early, when they understand both its power and its limitations, something remarkable happens. They become critical thinkers. They question technology instead of blindly trusting it. They use AI as a tool, not a crutch. They're prepared. Okay, this is the part you actually need. 5 things you can start doing today to give your kid AI literacy, even if you know nothing about technology. Step 1. Start conversations about AI in everyday life. The next time your kid is on YouTube, ask them, how do you think YouTube knows what videos to show you next? When Alexa answers a question, ask, how does Alexa understand what we're saying? You're not teaching them to code. You're teaching them to notice, to question, to think critically about the technology they're using. For younger kids, ages 5 to 7, explain AI as a smart helper that learns patterns. Show them how Google's quick draw game works by having them draw pictures and watching the AI try to guess what it is. It's a game, but it teaches a fundamental concept. AI learns from examples. For kids 8 to 10, help them spot AI in their daily lives. Point out how Netflix knows what shows they like, how their favorite game adjusts difficulty, how spam filters work. Make it a game. Where's the AI in this situation? For older kids and teens, dive deeper. Talk about how AI systems can be biased. Discuss deepfakes and misinformation. Explore the ethics of AI. When is it appropriate to use? When isn't it? Step 2. Use age-appropriate AI learning tools together. There are incredible resources specifically designed for kids. Scratch is a visual programming platform where kids can create simple AI projects. Websites like code.org offer free AI lessons for different age groups. The key is doing it together. You don't need to be the expert. Learn alongside your child. Experiment. Try things and see what happens. Even simple activities work. Train an AI system together to recognize photos of your pet versus other animals. It's fun, and it teaches the fundamental concept of how machine learning works. Step 3. Emphasize the human skills that AI can't replace. While you're teaching technical literacy, double down on human development. Encourage creativity. Practice empathy. Have deep conversations. Build problem-solving skills. These aren't separate from AI education, they're part of it. The kids who'll thrive aren't the ones who can code better than AI. They're the ones who can do what AI can't: think creatively, understand emotions, make ethical judgments, build meaningful relationships. Make this explicit. When your kid uses AI for homework help, ask, what did the AI get wrong? What's missing from this answer? What human perspective could improve this? Step 4. Teach them that AI is a tool, not a truth machine. This is critical. Kids need to understand that AI makes mistakes. It hallucinates false information. It reflects the biases in its training data. It doesn't know things, it predicts patterns. Show them examples of AI getting things wrong. Have them fact-check AI outputs. Teach them to ask, how does this AI know this? What data was it trained on? Could this be biased or incorrect? This critical thinking skill is more important than any technical knowledge. Step 5. Set boundaries and model healthy AI use. Just because kids should learn about AI doesn't mean they should have unlimited access to AI tools. Many AI systems aren't designed for children and don't have adequate safety features. Set age-appropriate boundaries. Use parental controls. Monitor how your kids are using AI tools. Have ongoing conversations about what's okay and what's not. And model it yourself. If you're using AI for work or personal tasks, talk about it. I'm using this AI tool, but I'm checking its work because AI makes mistakes. Show them how to use AI responsibly. Here's something specific you can do this week. Sit down with your kid and explore an AI tool together. Try ChatGPT or a free AI art generator. See what it can do. See where it fails. Talk about how it works and why it's both powerful and limited. Make it a project. Have them ask the AI something they're curious about, then fact-check the answer together using other sources. It's educational and it's bonding time. The goal isn't to turn your kid into a programmer. It's to give them the literacy to navigate a world where AI is everywhere. To be critical consumers. To be thoughtful creators. To be prepared. Look, I know this is a lot. AI education wasn't on your radar when you were planning your kid's future. But it has to be now. The kids who understand AI, even at a basic level, will have opportunities their peers don't. They'll be safer online. They'll be better critical thinkers. They'll be prepared for jobs that don't even exist yet. And the beautiful thing? You don't need to be an expert to start. You just need to start. This transformation is happening whether we're ready or not. The question is, will your kids be on the prepared side or the left behind side? If this video helped you understand why AI literacy matters, hit that subscribe button. I'm breaking down the future every week. What's coming in technology, finance, health, and everything else that will shape our lives. Drop a comment below. What's one thing you're going to teach your kid about AI this week? Or better yet, what's one question you're going to ask them to get them thinking about the AI they're already using? The future isn't coming. It's here. Let's make sure our kids are ready for it.